Yo, is this thing working? Yeah, I want to know if... I might just turn the music off soon. I turned it down like really low, because I don't know if it'll like ruin the story. You know, that's what we're gonna do. We'll just turn it off. We don't need the music right now. Or at least for the story. I don't know. I scared you? How did I scare you, dude? Did I just decide to start? Is that what scared you? Okay, it's not on the screen. That scared me. What's up, Bill? How you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna do a marathon stream, and the idea is to just like blitz through the story to try and get to current, like the current, like basically to where like some of the other people are and where they're in the story. Like I've been stuck here for about not stuck, but I should have been probably in. I probably should have been caught up in terms of the story months ago, probably even a year ago. I'm convinced it's just gonna be it's gonna be like the Minecraft phase, dude. But yeah, I'm zooming through the story. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. I gotta zoom through the story, and then I'm gonna get off probably in a couple hours to eat dinner, and then I'll probably be back at around 9 to 10 to resume the marathon story. Or like another marathon stream. Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing on PS5, so I'm not on Xbox right now. Is the volume fine in terms of this game? Like, can you hear the volume just fine? Or like the game just fine? I don't really want to eat in game because I am because I'm gonna be throwing some steak on the grill. There's that better. Is it better? I'm not sure if you're trying to like mess with me. I don't know how far I can turn it up before I hit max. Is it good now? Here, let me just...
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
Shit. Hey, I'm gonna be real. I turned up to the max. I don't know how. I don't think I can turn it up more unless I try and go to audio settings on.
How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
Is it good now?
I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Is it good now, Bill?
Come on, man. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you.
Is it at a level to where I don't need to turn it up anymore? Because I legit have it at the max. I don't know how loud I can turn it up. It might be my mic settings, because I have my mic pretty high, because I got my washer and my dishwasher going. There, is it good now?
It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
Now I might need to readjust the game volume. Okay. Are we good? Mic or the game volume or like capture card volume? Here, there's that. Is this better? Okay. Is it good? Well, when it says capture card, I can use my mouse to adjust the volume. So it might. So it might. So, okay, I might need to manually turn up the.
I won't.
No more excuses.
Just hold on. Let me try and get through this dialogue, and then I'll try and adjust it. I'll try it that way.
After all, how could you afford so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Giving us a little spare change, huh?
Yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
Hey, yo, this is like cartoony as hell, dude.
Freedom! We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If you raise a finger on us, all the better.
There they are.
Oh, you again. What are the Millwood doing here?
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
Don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Maybe I would here. Let me. There, I made a little bit more adjustments. Let me know if that's good. The hooligans.
Shenhua. My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. My name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
I call him Near.
Oh, I've heard about you two before.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground
Oh, shit.
is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
Yeah, I got a little burnt out on this game, so I kind of just stopped playing for like 3 months. Aside from like doing like dailies and like daily commissions and shit, and I tried doing Lantern Right, but there was this weird like combat thing, and I just didn't understand it, so I just gave up on Lantern Right. It's funny because like I got back from like bar backing. It was like Saturday night, and
This is Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
I had like an hour and 40 minutes. So like, all right, I'm gonna get this done. And then like there was like a whole ton of events and like stuff that I would have missed out anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna give up on the event.
Laws?
Stop! You violated the law.
No. Apparently not.
She would have lost against the Imperial Guards. What do you mean? What do you mean, damn?
Exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still
Yeah.
hungry.
You
So,
spelt it wrong though.
particular you're hungry for?
There. You
Chinson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
sounds like stuff I grow in my backyard.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, can't work on an empty stomach.
Alright, let's see if it's just like my game settings. Everything's at a max 10. I don't know what's full or limited. Shit. M-
You think Shenhe might be an apprentice? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get
Is it better now? Is the volume a bit better?
That would explain everything. Where does she fit in with the other Adepti, though? I'm super curious.
Is it better? Okay. Is it like at a good level, or is it like something I need to adjust by myself? Like I still need to adjust. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Here on the PS5, this is where, at least on my playthrough on PS5, like this is where I sank the most money out of. Like you can see like all the characters I've maxed out the constellations of, except for the 5-star Eula and Klee. I just need a C6 official at least like one more time before like those 4 stars are maxed out. I'm not even gonna mess around with actually. I might buy it. How many hours? What do you mean? How would I check that? I guess there is a way to check it. I've invested a total of 438 hours in this game, with a 29% game progress.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Where's Chi-Chi?
Ginseng, blaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
Holy shit.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
They're all just flowers. That's all I eat is flowers.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated.
I don't think I'll be getting to 100% in terms of exploration progress. Most hours I have invested is me doing like domain runs and like acquiring ascension materials, as well as like just general exploration.
Rather awful.
But why eat
Though
them?
they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how can you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
That's a bit grim.
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptus.
Replace Paimon with Grimoire Vice and replace Traveler with Nier, and there won't really be much of a difference.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
I'm trying to get to Inazuma, then to Fontaine.
Right. Paimon almost forgot. We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Gym Chaser competition. And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to, but having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective.
Do you ever smile?
We simply
Shenhe.
need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
Holy
Then
shit.
we alone shall become the victors.
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Damn. She really wants to kill people just to maintain first place.
We want to win this competition fair and square, okay?
Your plan is mathematical. I was gonna make a comment about like I was gonna say like it's Dutch like from the Vanderlyn gang, but I don't think it would have fit in.
Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Postrite,
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju, what are you doing out here?
He looks like a hippie.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low this year, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How can Lady Ningguang need so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work?
Oh my
by any
God.
chance?
Alright, this might take a little while to try and get to the current
No, we've got other stuff to
to try and get to the current progress for the story.
Variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Ayo, I think it's time for me to switch over to Ziplead, my guy. I'm just having some issues with Spectrum. I don't know what's going on with it. What are the books? What do you mean? Oh, it just said OBS disconnected and then reconnected, so I was just trying to figure out like what was going on. Okay, I got the Royal Grimoire, the Royal Sword. Do I have the Great Sword? I guess I don't. Wait, yeah, I do. Refinement rank of 5. What about the bow? Do I have the bow? Wait, do I have the pole arm too? Let me check. Okay, Guess I don't have it. I should have the royal bow.
Come on.
Where's... Alley Hunter? I guess I don't have the royal bow. It's not like I don't really have enough of that, whatever I need to buy it with. I'll probably just try and buy. I guess I'll buy it when I gamble more in this game. I don't think I'm gonna be gambling, at least for this patch, because I'm not really. I don't think I'm gonna get wish for any characters this patch. I think I might wait for the next one.
Thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Shinsho! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment.
Have we spoken before? I don't remember ever speaking to you.
Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Yeah, I don't remember speaking to this person. But I guess to be fair, in terms of like continuing the story, I haven't played since October. And then from October up until January, I was just doing like domain runs and exploring and shit. And then I just stopped playing between January and now.
Understood, Master Shinsho. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on?
Shinsho, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Mingguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
So 5,000 USD?
500 million!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But would that be Sunset Vermilionite?
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I'm not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Okay, let's see how much more I do have first.
Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some Sunset Vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk
Okay.
just recently.
I don't know if I'm broke. I just haven't checked my inventory in a long time.
And after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
Look, Paimon, I'm a grave robber in Skyrim and Oblivion, dude. Like, I've taken from coffins and Draugr alike. Nothing is above me.
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Shincho.
Alright, let's see how much money I got if we're gonna bid on it, Bill. I only got 329,000 Mora. I'm cooked. I'm not buying it. Ooh, what's this? Shut up, Bill. I am not broke. If I was broke, I wouldn't have all of these weapons. I have enough swords, spears, gray swords, bows to arm a considerable army. Look at this shit. I'm not even okay. Books don't count. Look at all the swords, bro. Am I really broke? You're like, you spent it all on the weapons, now you can't pay your soldiers. Yeah, look at all these bows, dude. I can build a decent army if I wanted to. You know, it's a good thing I was exploring these areas already. William, Bill, you're like the Artimeter of like my war band. You're like we have all these weapons and armor, but there's nobody to outfit them because there's no money to pay them. There's no dinars to pay them with. What's...
Shincho said it should be around here, but Simon doesn't see anything.
Dude, it's... Seeing that some of your troops deserted, it's not that bad if it's like a recruit, footman, or like just like one of those guys. It's really bad when you see like knights, sergeants, and like sharpshooters deserting. And that's when I'm like, alright, I'm gonna put him in the castle. I'm gonna put him in the castle before they can run away. Pockets hand.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new beauty over there?
Oh, shit. Okay, this might... We will take Klee.
Can help.
Yeah, I get really pissed off when I see like my mercenary cavalry deserted, cause I'm like,
Here, waterfall just
cause I'm like I pay you the most. Why you're leaving?
here. Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? My Paimon seed. Huh? Isn't that the seal
Are you talking about like Bannerlord or like Warband? Because I was talking about like in the context of Warband.
And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem
Oh.
complete. Could there be something below the clouds?
It gets to a point though, like leveling is so tedious that it's just leveling is so tedious, and like you grow your kingdom so large that the other kings don't want to fight you anymore. So it's just like and plus like the voices get super deep for whatever reason. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start a new game, and that's when I spent like 5 years in game time, like amassing an army just for it to like me like, all right, I'm gonna burn this down. I'm gonna start anew.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
Alright, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Bro, I don't want to be Shenhe. I want to be Klee. Actually, I do have Shenhe as a character though. Hey, can I just sprint on the clouds? Okay, yeah, we can. Never mind.
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Boing, boing, boing!
Fucking A.
Steady as stone.
The dragon's breath will hold you up. You will float. Ride. You know, we should watch Excalibur sometime, dude. One night in the great. I just want one night in the Jade Chamber. You don't understand, Merlin. You're not a man. Use the magic. One land, one king. That is my peace, Cornwall. You don't understand, Paimon. You're not a man. Use the magic.
Dodge this.
Ningguang. I forgot what the rest of what the rest of like Merlin and Uther talk about.
I'll catch up.
It appears that we
Change. Transform.
allow me to take care of this. Unleash! By ordinance divine! My will embodied!
I'm gonna be real. I don't know how to play as Shenhe.
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Time to clean up. Surrendering the
Dodge this.
Oh shit.
Man, the core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Mount your horse. Oh.
Cool it.
I was a little confused.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Dodge this.
Whoa! We're gonna fall!
The dragon's breath did not hold me up.
Is everyone okay? Look! The Celiac disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Dodge this. This moment will be frozen in time.
Unleash! Manifest! Cryo incarnate!
I'm confused.
Steady as stone.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the cores would be a little bit more, have more defenses.
Unleash!
Right when I say that, I'm getting attacked by... I don't even know what this is. I forgot.
So sorry.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Unleash! By ordinance divine!
Try not to enjoy this too much. Freeze.
Dumpty dumpty go. Blow them all up.
Dodge this. What's the hurry? This moment will be frozen in time.
As a dutiful maid would. I must leave no stone unturned.
Cryo incarnate! Manifest! Unleash!
Anytime these things turn on, I'm expecting them to shoot like a glassing beam. I don't know why.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. So high. Luckily, there is a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That series on the move again, huh? Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
It is a false wall. I'm confused. How do I get out of this? Okay, never mind. I got it. I'm out. What if I just keep pushing? Oh, there's a chest. Can I push this again? No. Okay, I guess I can't. I am a loot goblin. Can I move this rock? Oh, yes I can.
Come a little closer. My.
Oh my god.
Freeze.
I can't see shit.
Dodge this. Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
Manifest! Obey! By ordinance divine! Let's spark things up a little.
Time to clean up.
It's a fucking Pokemon.
You.
Don't get frostbite.
Okay. You're really starting to piss me off.
Closer.
Jumpy, jumpy, go.
Oh shit.
Freeze.
Blazing delight.
Well, that was kind of tough. Okay. Bro, these attacks are like weak as fuck. Do I gotta like change up artifacts and shit? Do I gotta move them up to like 5-star? Is that what I'm gotta do?
Unleash! Transfiguration!
As a good knight should. Leave it all to me.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Oh my god.
Obey! Do your master's bidding!
What happened?
Surrender and be gentle.
Dumpty dumpty doo. Yeah.
Manifest! My will embodied by ordinance divine.
Oh, so sorry. Ah!
Shit.
Look over there. Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
It's a rock. Whoa, chop, chop. Ah, my shoulder.
Is this the sunset vermilionite?
It looks like uranium. This whole time they've been using uranium to power the Jade, like to keep the Jade chamber afloat.
So huge.
So is the Jade chamber.
That's true. But then again, why isn't it floating?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does prostrate reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenna. You seem to know everything about this.
I swear it.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. I just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely.
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Whoa.
Are you sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a prostrate sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. For my safety.
That's right. I'm unsure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the prostrate. Let's meet at the building site later.
Well, let's see what sword my traveler is using before we swear on Excalibur.
Carry that shit.
Alright, Nier, what weapon are you carrying? By prototype red cord, I swear it! And then the Knights of Favonius is disbanded for the night. What's the plan now, Paimon? Ooh. I caught a fish. You, sir, are a fish.
Yes, stone.
Ooh, what's the expedition reward? I'm gonna collect my expedition award, and then I'm going to use the restroom afterwards.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Look at all that stuff, Bill. Alright, I will be right back. I need to use the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Had to use the restroom. And then I threw my clothes in the dryer, and now I'm just gonna dry them when it's time for me to cook dinner. What am I doing again? Oh yeah, I gotta keep running. Yes.
What's the hurry?
The only thing I'm waiting on, is, so I poured baking soda on my, carpet, and I'm just waiting for it to work. I'm eating tonight. I think maybe like an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm doing a story marathon. I'm just gonna Hail Mary the story until I'm at the current point in the plot, or like the story, because I'm like way behind. I mean, I don't really gotta do a whole lot of cleaning in the first place. It's just all I did was like wipe down my countertops. All I did was wipe down my countertops, sweeped and mopped. I vacuumed, and then I just poured baking soda. And then tomorrow I'm just gonna vacuum again. And I have my LEDs on tonight.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
The most modern thing to say ever. Oh my god. Apparently, one of the characters carried this giant stone by herself.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those adepti, surely. Oh, mighty adeptus, please give me your blessing, so that in the coming year I may keep in more
Papa John's. I'm throwing a steak on the grill soon. Probably within an hour, and then I'm going to resume my marathon stream after dinner. Probably around like 10, maybe.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission.
No, the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. Remember, it was aliens.
I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
But yeah, apparently this character with like the white hair, she carried the stone by herself. So she's like the Noelle of Liu.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe, and Penguin's little helper.
You can unlock her. I have her from the Chronicled Wish banner back in like I think it was like January, but she hasn't had a banner rerun in almost 2 years almost.
Ah, so you're the but I have to
I'll show you in a moment.
If everything goes according to plan, as a side note,
I'll show you in a moment. I don't care about this dialogue at the moment.
Shenhe, Shenhe,
Oh,
what kind of reaction is that? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold their head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart.
But yeah, she's a 5-star character, and you can't get a 5-star by just like wanting it. Their banner has to appear on the wish system for the patch.
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right?
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go...
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Alright. I do have Shenhe. Just let me... There she is. I even got her polearm. The Calamity Queller. So yeah, this character hasn't had a formal, like, banner rerun in, like, a good couple of years. Hey, yo, she spends too much time in the mountains. But yeah, she has to appear on, like, this. Like, she has to be the main, like main 5-star. And I'm gonna be real, these characters kind of boring. I don't want this character, and I already have this character. And, but yeah, let me go to character archive. Yeah, I am a huge gambling addict now. I refuse to go to the gambling equivalent of AA. And, this just shows how many characters I have, and, how much money I put into not just characters alone, but their constellations. Like, yeah. Is it Lancian or Ian? Let me look at the banner in a moment. Man, I put quite a bit of money in just trying to, like, max out the constellations of my 4-star characters. Yeah. I am a gambling addict. Oh yeah, let me... Which one was it? Oh, I have to go back to character archive. This one? Oh shit. Holy shit. What? Or are you talking about, like, Lanyan? I don't know, this character just reminds me of something out of World of Warcraft, almost. Oh, damn. She got the can of Coke, yeah! But I already have the character that's in the banner, but I already acquired her on February 11th, 2024. The game will tell you the dates of when you acquired said characters. I'm gonna have to watch Bleach to see the similarities. But yeah, like, yeah, the game will it's hidden because where my cam, like, where the face cam is placed, but when you do acquire a character, it does tell you when you got them. So, like, I got Furina and Navia in late 2023. Gaming. Yeah, I thought when I first heard of the character, I thought it was gaming, so I just called him gaming for the longest time until content creators were like, it's gaming. Where the hell is he? Then we got Greg Heffley. Funny enough, if you've watched the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, Zach, the main character, voices this guy. So I just call him Greg Heffley. Where the hell is Gaming? I know I have him. Look, I just got so many characters, it's just... But yeah, he appeared in last year's Lantern Rite. I just haven't invested into characters outside of Mondstadt. But yeah, like, there's some characters I gotta get. Orin. Yeah, I have him. He reminds me of Zwei from Soul Calibur 5. I don't think the filter allows me to sort by alphabetical order. But yeah, he reminds me of Zwei from Soul Calibur 5. And Zwei's fighting style was super fucking badass. And the only way I can filter is through element, weapon type, And I don't know what astral mark status is. Like, I can't even filter out through a region either. Just element and weapon type along with whatever this is. And funny enough, I don't have Kokomi, but Kokomi and I share the same birthday. Funny enough. 2/22. And it would be nice to have Kokomi. Like, she's already a healer, but she also, like, her and I share the same birthday, which is awesome. But yeah. So, these are all my characters. I'm sure there's more for me to get in the future. But yeah, this person is a pirate, and well, I think she looks like a pirate, but she has a huge gun for a glider. Think of it as like a Fortnite glider, and it's like a giant gun. Yeah, earlier in the stream, I told Bill that I invested 400 hours into this game. And out of that 400 hours, I have not progressed in the main story because I've just been wanting to explore and acquire characters.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left.
You know what's funny? In ancient time periods, hotels... Well, they weren't hotels. They were like inns. Inns weren't... we don't know inns. They weren't like the inns we know of today. If you were boarding a spot at an inn in ancient times, you weren't getting a room. You were getting sleeping space. And that means that you were sleeping in a room full of bodies. People who also boarded rooms. Because I guess it was considered expensive to make like single unit beds. And people trying to earn as much money as possible running these inns. They're like, alright, we're just going to fit all these people in this room. And that's how we're going to make our money.
Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people,
and
tea sellers, all sorts.
Yeah, well, Casilla, I guess in some instances, it wasn't always common practice, but some like innkeepers are like, hey, you got to hand me your possessions for safekeeping. And if I found myself in an ancient time period, I'm not surrendering any of my stuff. But at the same time, like, I don't want to sleep out in the woods because I don't want to face like wildlife, or I wouldn't want to face wildlife or like highwaymen. We don't call them people didn't call them bandits. They called them like brigands and highwaymen.
So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here. You did.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep in this hotel. I saw how small the building was. Imagine you're trying to get some sleep in there. Of course you would, Bill, because we've played Mountain Blade so many times. You're like, I got like an army of Swadian knights. We'll be alright.
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay.
But yeah, like, I saw how small this building was. Imagine you're trying to sleep and like 3 dudes just fart in there, dude.
Sherlock, you should go get some rest.
Oh my god.
Hyman's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Hyman couldn't help but notice one of the guests walked in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick.
I can't stop thinking about like trying to. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go find somewhere else to sleep. I'm gonna go sleep at a hospital. I don't care if the guy next to me has leprosy. That's another thing. We don't know. Hospitals back then aren't like the hospitals of today. Hospitals were like a poor man, like people who could not afford to sleep even in a room. They were I'd rather sleep in a monastery if I was like in the medieval times. I don't know what systems in place they had in Because like Liu, this nation is based off of ancient China, so I don't know how like the culture worked. But I'm either if I were in a country like Mondstadt, which is like based off of like medieval Germany, I'm either sleeping in a monastery or a hospital. I'm not sleeping at an inn.
Let's buy one for Shenhua too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
When I hear light sleeper, I just can't help but think like people who sleep with their eyes open.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
Hey, isn't that clever, Tina? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
I'm not gonna lie, it's taken a lot more time trying. I thought I'd be getting to like Inazuma already. Like, why do I helped kill the beast in the sea. Why do I have to help rebuild? I'm just here to look for my sister. That's another.
Trust you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
That's another thing. Like, the guy that voices the main character in this game voices Tanjiro and Nier, and what the three protagonists have in common is they're all trying to rescue they're all trying to help their sister. In the case of Tanjiro, like, I think he wants to he wants to help his sister. Now, admittedly, I haven't watched Demon Slayer in a while, but I think he was trying to like keep her safe so they can try and cure her of her demon, like cure her from being a demon. Nier's sister is sick with the black scrawl, which is I would be yapping and I would be getting nothing done in this stream if I was talking about it.
So, you know Shenhua too, clever, Tina?
And in the context of this game, I'm here to go find my sister.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her adeptus name instead.
Bill, I'd be convinced that you would still hunt this talking bird with a blunderbuss. I can't get the image out of my head.
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Don't all adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Never would have guessed.
We were neither. This is a real surprise.
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower,
You see that floating nail?
also to the bloodlust
Oh.
and homicidal instinct with which she was born.
You see that giant nail in the or that floating pillar in the background? I lifted that from the mountain. That mountain has like sub-zero temperatures, so I was like freezing my ass off in the game, and I had to constantly like eat food to survive, and use like Noelle's shield and attack to keep my health stocked until I found like a fireplace or like a campfire. But yeah, I lifted that nail into the sky.
One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
Look, man, I'm either getting a great rune, or I'm getting it's from Dark Souls 3. I forgot what I get, but there's no Fire Keeper, but I'm using that to keep the Age of Fire.
In other words, you hadn't passed by that day? Shinra might have.
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen He may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
It's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shen He has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day.
So she just has the urge to like go up to people and kill them.
Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
I see. So, seeing all like the strings, like the string like on her hair and like on her fingers and whatnot. I guess that's what it does.
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shen He's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows.
You know what's funny, Bill? The talking bird is a character that I have.
Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time. The night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
So for the hotel,
Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after
you will not catch me sleeping in this room.
around the Adepti.
This is not a hotel. This is just
She doesn't like being treated as an
this is just sleeping space to stack like people in.
Must be kind of hard to deal with.
Now what do? We wait. Oh yeah, the character. It's this character, Bill. I have this character. This is also the talking bird. And I got her on the 11th of February of last year.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
It's a good thing they got a waiting mechanic like Oblivion does. I tried getting it to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I don't sleep in this game. Sleep is for the weak. Swing the fucking sword! Well, oh shit. She doesn't use a sword. She uses a catalyst.
I trust you have packed ample food stock.
She uses wind to attack. She's an airbender. So, yeah, she can't swing a sword, but the talking bird knows how to shoot a gust of wind at ya.
Catch that.
Hey, so Shenhe.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh, how did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in.
We just... What good is steel against sorcery? Yeah, we didn't sleep. We just stood outside the door watching all night.
I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master.
I just can't get over that she slept in a room full of bodies, dude. Like, imagine how hot and stuffy it is, like, in that room. Like, you're trying to get a good night's sleep from, like, building another jade chamber.
On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too.
We almost got encased in amber one time.
Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly. on the way back last
I didn't buy anything, Paimon. Shut your pie hole.
Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it. They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it
Alright.
needs to be tied down by something.
Well, yeah, it needs to be anchored. Did they just really build this in one day already? It couldn't have been that long. Did she just like rally the entire like population of the country just to build her another floating mansion?
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey! People Byron doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
What if someone just like accidentally hits like a lever and the city just floats into the stratosphere and it becomes like an international space station? That'd be kind of funny.
Miss Byron, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there.
He said that so quietly, yet so from so far away.
The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Now, Bill, when you said you had this character, like, were you talking about like Baidu? Was that the character you were talking about?
Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Batui and Osile, right? Oh, sure enough, your reputation precedes you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beto, captain of the Crux.
She's a pirate.
Beto? Are you here to join the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what the prize was.
Not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
Chop, watch out. I'm gonna adjust my chair. Move, Chop. No. Come on.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler. I'm sure I've them before. And this is... Oh, sorry, I'm not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Friend.
Good to meet you. Well, from today on, I guess all of us are friends. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
What's her role in this if she's an opera singer?
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now. Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us.
That's it. If you win, you can ask 3 questions.
Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top
Yeah.
between us. What do you think?
That is very lame.
Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. Alright, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Su Ling if she's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
That was quite a bit of urgency, if you can call it that.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin?
Because I might ask the same question.
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
That's what you've been wanting to ask? So you're willing to go through the trouble of acquiring, like, rare earth materials just to ask, what the best venue is to hold a performance?
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it. The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
I hope I don't have to go, like, to the chasm to go find them. That's where I most likely might have to go.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore ore we need.
Because I doubt it's the ores I just find out, like, when I do the mining shit for the Ascension materials.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter iron and Subrosium.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find it eventually.
Damn it.
For the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but an, I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of this stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
It sounds like a mineral you find in, like, in a banana or something.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of
Yeah,
devastation also takes place on that mountain.
Yeah, this cereal honeycombs has Subrosium in it.
I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
Man, it's always in Lisha that I have to go to get stuff. Bill, it's Chunk. He's a little bit bigger, but it's Chunk.
What's the hurry?
It's him if you squint. Oh wait, where do I? I'm not gonna walk all the way. I'm just gonna fast travel. Bro, every time oh, never mind.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft, where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of... Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place.
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Bro, shut up.
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends.
I think it's...
The paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world.
I'm gonna be real, she's probably talking about Shenhe, this girl.
And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story.
I like how it says remain silent, but our main character is like always silent.
But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter iron! Yeah!
What's the hurry?
Oh, we gotta go in this area. I need those geosigils. I like how geosigils for this country or city-state is just fossils. Do I have to climb the peaks?
What's the hurry?
I like how every time I get a material from like dragonflies, it's like you got a luminescent spine. So all I can think of is like you catch the little fly and you just like rip the spine off of this little firefly, and it's just screaming for dear life because you need the material, but the only way to get it, in order to get it, like you need to rip its spine out. Go get some bones and see if the gods like it. Is that it?
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, I guess I don't break it. I just pick it up. Did I even... I guess this is the wrong spot to climb. I might have some bones. Let me check. Emperor's Resolution. I don't think I got any bones. Yeah, I do. Never mind. Oh, like the sigils. What the hell are these? Oh, these are furnishings for my teapot that I have yet to, go to. Hold up. Well, it is time for me to go. I will be back probably in about 2 hours. So I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna throw some steak on the grill. I'll be back in like 2.5 hours, probably around there. So this is a good spot. This is probably a good spot to end it on. I'll climb this mountain when I come back. I'll resume another stream as soon as I'm able to. So I will see you all in the next one very soon. Later.